When you come to sort of thought leadership, in professional services, being able to demonstrate your firm's knowledge and value to the market is really key. Thought leadership definitely sits at the heart of all successful professional service marketing. Nearly every growth initiative, business development target, or marketing activity centers around how well that firm can demonstrate the knowledge of its experts.
What are some of the current trends that are happening in law firm thought leadership programs?
We're really seeing that shift of the firms becoming far more global and certainly more digital. So therefore, they're really starting to prioritize that expertise online and really invest into the thought leadership infrastructure. The biggest trends that we're noticing is just people, one, focusing on in key areas. So, be it new practice areas such as their ESG or their esports, that's where people are certainly starting to focus in on. I think the other place is that people are looking at it as career development, which is a really nice place to, help elevate what attorneys and lawyers are doing as they kind of come through that natural pathway. You become associate, senior associate. You're not necessarily doing a lot of business development until you get to partner. So again, it's a nice chance for you to start to be seen, in the network and be seen as those experts. The other place that I think people are starting to focus in on is realizing that there's always a place for your big white papers. There's always, that they're fantastic. There's so much time, effort, money goes into them. They provide a huge amount of knowledge. But what the market wants on the whole, and certainly what us as individuals out there want in this world now, is that nice, short, digestible, timely content. So actually, you don't want to be writing much more than maybe sort of 200 to 500 words.
Sounds like the measure of success might vary depending on what the goals of the firm are, but is there anything that you've noticed that separates thought leadership programs, successful thought leadership programs, from ones that are struggling?
It's worth talking about what is a thought leadership program, because it might differ for people, but fundamentally, it's that sort of concerted effort by firms to demonstrate their expertise to the market. But fundamentally, success comes down to what we call the 4 pillars. Now, within those 4 pillars, there is the author, there is governance, there's something that we call create once and publish everywhere, and then your feedback. Are you engaging your authors? Is it very easy for them, if you remove those barriers to entry, to make sure they can create their content? Again, when it comes to governance, have you addressed those workflows? Is it, again, a simple process for them to be able to actually create that content and then get that out there? Again, once it's done, where are you putting it out? And finally, that feedback. Are you actually providing feedback to people?
Absolutely. Yeah, it certainly is a daunting for lawyers to, create their own content. And it's a large task, and Passle makes it a bit of a smoother process, I think, at least from what I've seen.
Passle is a piece of software that quite simply goes onto the laptop and, as I say, removes all the barriers of entry for the attorneys, the consultants, your experts, to create the content. So it can be used in a host of different ways. It can, not only you can write content, but you can do your podcasts, you can do your videos, it can host PDFs, it can embed different content. There's so much that you're able to do with it. And once you've kind of got over the fundamental hurdle of people being able to create the content, you can then do a host of different things with it in terms of starting to form that infrastructure on the website.
I can certainly see the building the confidence aspect of the technology that you have, making it simplified, but also seeing those results really would build your confidence in creation.
One of my fantastic stories I absolutely love from it was one of their senior partners who didn't like technology, had never used it, didn't want to engage with it, was part of our launch. Not only did he write 4 pieces of content, which again was a huge change, he started using LinkedIn, and he even went and got himself an Instagram account because he understands the value of technology all of a sudden. Ultimately, it really is about elevating your attorneys and what you're doing, and therefore how can you push out their, ultimately their knowledge. And then I just think longer term, it's fundamentally about winning business. And once you start winning the business, everything you're doing with that big thought leadership program makes makes sense.